Vugani bo ngicela ukunivusa with some nice emotions of anger. Because, well, it's been our lives for a while in this country.
No. We're talking about how many South Africans?
You know, makuthiwa asibonwa. They don't see us. Not only asibonwa, sikhonjwa ngomunwe right on our forehead bese besipusha. Do you know that feeling when somebody you're not having a good relations with, akhombe athathe umunwe wakhe, the dirty finger, and then point directly at your forehead and then push, so that you get so angry enough to throw the first punch. You know that feeling? For the longest time, South Africans are crying about the same situation in this country. But it is clear there are businesses in this country that are not willing to read the room. Not. With all the so-called ratings and charades that have been displayed by the Department of Home Affairs and the so-called inspectors and Department of Labor, all of it did not send a message. It did not. Because tell me, let's start with Babel. Which owner of Babel is getting prosecuted right now for hiring illegal foreigners or foreigners without proper documentation? Because our immigration law is clear. If you're a foreign national and you want to work in South Africa, in your country, you apply for a work permit, right? It's clear. So when you come to South Africa, there needs to also be a letter of appointment to prove that indeed when you get to South Africa, you have a job legally. No. So now, what does that mean? Immigration Act was violated by Babel owners. Okay, let's leave the Babel owners. Let's go to all these other spots where we saw the Department of Labor together with the Department of Home Affairs and the police lying to us that they have arrested business owners that are hiring illegal foreigners. What trial are you aware of? What trial are you aware of? What court appearance are you aware of? Who is on bail? Was not granted bail? On what grounds? Right? But no, we see the Babel owners once again emerging with Zanzu. Okay, in case you're wondering where I've been dealing with some personal issues, and now I'm back, sort of. Yeah. And now, guys, we have Steers who hired an entire Nigerian national. Not only this Nigerian national is an employee of Steers, but a manager. Now the question is, I don't have a problem with her if she has work permit. But I would ask myself, Why would you leave Nigeria to become a fast food store manager in another man's country? Hmm? Why? That doesn't need work permit because right now our what do you call this? We are looking for rare skills. To be a manager of stairs doesn't require you to have a rare skill. This job definitely is for South African. So there's a South African who is unemployed today who should have been a manager of steers, right? So now, the part that is really, really ticking me off right now is how the IFP, which I think they're not grandstanding per se, they are campaigning because they know that if a political party speaks on illegal foreigners, they gain favor from voters. So that this for me is performative. It's for the votes. Because look at the way they're handling this. Because the only way to handle a situation like this, after you've been tipped off, I'm not sure why they tipped off IFP instead of tipping off the authorities called Home Affairs. And then Home Affairs goes there and does due diligence by investigating to ensure that this individual has proper working permits, papers, before jumping into conclusion. Because clearly you can see her. I'll show you the video. You can see her. She is retaliating. She is fighting back. And so if she's fighting back, clearly there's something that defends and protects her legally. But the IFP officials keep telling her to go back home, go back home. But now, what due diligence are you following? So I am not impressed by that. It's grandstanding and it's campaigning. That's what they are doing, according to my own opinion. Fellow South Africans, we did a wonderful job to fight for justice for Cwecwe and Alu. We saw our strength. If we could continue on this, I know these are two different matters, and one is very, very serious, and it needs to be curbed in our society by making sure that the perpetrators are. I'm tired of using the word held accountable. They just need to be dealt with. They just need to be dealt with, period. But you see the strength that we demonstrate as South Africans. I love it. And I believe we can fix our society because look at the justice system, what it did after that. It promptly made sure that the Bergview College principal handed over his DNA samples. Whether he is found innocent or whatever the case is, the point is South Africans used their strength and united, and then justice took place. And we are not done with this matter of Cwecwe. We'll find the person that did that awful thing to that little girl. But there's also another epidemic we are facing as South Africans. Fast food joints in South Africa do not hire South Africans. We need to boycott that. We need to send a strong message to them collectively and say, if you are still having foreign nationals working for you, we ain't coming. Look at the African Americans boycotting Target, Walmart, and all these businesses that decided that they are going to line themselves with Donald Trump. And now Target lost billions of dollars. Can we take leaf from them and exercise that here with our fast food joints? Not only our fast food joints, our wholesales, our supermarkets, until they read the room. These people keep coming here because there is hope once they cross the border. The hope that we South Africans get dashed. Our hope are dashed because we are South Africans. We come with rights. We come with the law. And the business owners do not want to adhere to that law. They're interested in their bottom line, breaking even with sweat and blood of people that cross the river. Come on, guys. Can we unite on this one? That's the only way we can send a strong message so that we can eliminate the political party opportunism